Hi, welcome back to On the Volley, or as we're otherwise known, OTV. I'm here with Keeper today, and we're just going to do a bit of a talk about what's going on in the Premier League at the moment. What do you think, Keeper? What do you think? Start with the relegation battle, do you think?
Yeah, let's start with the relegation war there that's going on at the moment. It's quite unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you know, your team, Newcastle, done absolutely brilliantly this year, 2020. 2022. Sorry, they've had an excellent start to the year.
Unbelievable. I can't believe it.
Now, before Christmas, we would have thought Newcastle are in this relegation battle, but now, I mean, they're pretty much on the verge of getting out of it, aren't they?
Well, I mean, 8 games unbeaten. Haven't lost a game this year. Unbelievable. If you'd said that to me at Christmas, I probably would have called for the men in white coats to come and take you away, to be fair. But it's been, Eddie Howe has done an absolutely marvellous job there, and the coaching staff, obviously. And the turnaround in the players, Joe Linton especially, he's just become a midfield beast, hasn't he?
Yeah. But, I mean, Trippier came in, did a sterling job, but then got himself injured.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think we were getting a bit nervous at that point, thinking, you know, that because he got 2 goals in 2 games, didn't he?
Yeah.
And
2 free kicks.
Yeah, and when you're thinking at that point, oh no, you know, this is all going to go pear-shaped again.
Well, when he went off injured, and Manquillo in the same game, they didn't come out in the second half. It was just before the end of the first half in that game. You just thought you couldn't make this up. You know, you've got such a quality signing. He's come in, doing what he's done, and not only that, I mean, the way he's been perking the team up, the way he's been a leader, and then all of a sudden, bitter blow, you know, broken metatarsal, 5th metatarsal.
Yeah.
And you're kind of thinking, oh no.
Metatarsal there. A few of those in watching football history, I guess. Key players.
Well, nobody knew what one was until David Beckham broke his.
That was very expensive for metatarsal, that's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, obviously Dan Burn as well. I think he's had big influence, hasn't he?
Massive.
Seems to have had a change of the attitude in the dressing room as well with him arriving.
Well, I think the fact that Eddie Howe did make signings in January has changed the whole outlook of the team, because now they're having to play for places. There's more competition in that squad. Yeah. So they're getting more out of them. Dan Burn, for me, I mean, he is a Geordie lad. He was born in Blyth. I mean, dream come true for him. You know, he did start at Newcastle, and
let him go.
And they let him go.
Someone else did do that with, isn't there? Very famous.
I think Alan Shearer.
Yeah, I think that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
I think Jack Charlton put him in goal when he was a kid. But no, Dan Burn has shored up the defence, the confidence, and I tell you what, now that he has come in, Fabian Schär is back to his old self.
Yeah, we did talk about lack of leadership in that defence.
Massive lack of leadership
prior to the January transfer window. So yeah, I mean, maybe that's made the difference. But Newcastle 7 points now clear of Burnley, who are occupying the last relegation place.
Third bottom.
Yeah. Burnley, what do you think? I mean, I think they've kind of got a little bit together, but then they got thumped at the weekend. You know.
Burnley, I don't know. They're a strange team. You know, they're very good defensively normally, but like you say, they got thumped like at the weekend.
All 4 goals in the second half as well.
Yes.
Played well actually the first half defensively.
Well, you did watch that game. I mean, you said their error was that they kind of stopped pressing.
They weren't pressing as much, as well. I mean, not at all really, which is why all the space opened up for Chelsea. Chelsea's not a team really you want to give that amount of space to.
No.
But yeah, the first half they did that. The second half, they were a little bit not lackadaisical, just lacking the energy really to try and get out as quickly as possible, waiting for Chelsea to come back on to them, which I'd say it's not going to work that against Chelsea, a team of that quality.
No. They're just going to occupy the space and they're going to hit you, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about this because it's coming to the pointy end of the season. And for some teams, it's more pointy than others because they've got less games to play because of all the disruption due to COVID. I know Burnley have got games in hand on Brentford,
Yes.
I think, who are also dropping down there. I mean, they've not done very well, sort of like since way before Christmas, actually. They've had a terrible run of form, haven't they?
Well, I mean, Burnley in the last 6 games, basically. Sorry, last 5 games. I mean, they've gotten 2 wins, 1 draw, and they've lost 2. They keep knocking on the door though. Whereas, you know, the likes of Watford, who are a place below them. Watford.
Is that Burnley? Sorry, yeah. Sorry.
So,
yeah.
Well, yeah, below Burnley.
Yeah.
Watford are another team at the moment who, I mean, they seem to do well. 1 game, nearly there.
Yeah.
And then commit Harry-Carry, really.
I think Hodgson's solidified the defence a little bit. I mean, I know they conceded 3 against Arsenal. I didn't actually expect Arsenal to get 3 there in that game, but they did do. Arsenal are going strong at the moment, so maybe shouldn't have expected anything different. I think he has shored them up a little bit compared to what they were like under Ranieri.
Right.
Which gives them some chance, because obviously if you're not conceding a large quantity of goals, you don't have to score as many, so
Exactly.
you know you've got more chance of getting the points, haven't you, or getting a point at least. But they're in dire straits at the moment.
They are. I mean, 19 points.
Yeah. But no more so than Norwich, who had a little bit of a bounce, didn't they, and then
When
Pete Tong again.
yeah, they did have a little resurgence for a little while, and they looked like they were gonna. They did look like they were gonna, you know, make a bit of effort there and try and climb out of it, and then they've gone backwards.
Yeah, I thought they put themselves in a good position actually until the recent run of games. I think they lost their last 4. Is it? You know, whatever good work they've done to get themselves to get out, I think is now. And with all those other teams getting them act together around them, you know, Burnley getting their act together, Watford, as I say, solidifying a little bit more, Newcastle getting out of there, who were, you know, the bottom 4 basically, as we went into this year. I think Norwich, I think they.
Well, I mean, prior to that, Newcastle were in the bottom 3 the whole time, basically. Obviously, there's other clubs that are now being dragged into this.
Yeah.
And very surprising to me that these particular clubs have all of a sudden just parachuted into this relegation zone.
So I already kind of mentioned Brentford before, but yeah.
I think Brentford are being sucked into it.
Yeah.
You know, they're not out of trouble.
They played the most
yet.
games down there.
Yeah, they have played the most games down there, and they had a wonderful start really to the season.
Yeah.
But little by little, you know, they've just started.
Well, I mean,
to fall.
just successive defeats. Basically, they had a lot of successive defeats. It's unfortunate they played some good football. I think they lost Tony for a bit as well. Who's like one of their major goal scoring threat. Yeah. You know, but yeah, they are in there now, and whether they like it or not, I mean, that's where everyone anticipated them to be at this point of the season.
Yeah.
They've ended up down there, so you know they're going to have to put a fight together, because you know the teams around them have got some. Burnley have definitely got experience down there, because they do this pretty much every year these days, bar you know the time when they got up into Europe that time.
Well, the other thing as well about Burnley, you mentioned that. I mean, obviously Sean Dyche, you know, I think he knows what he's doing in this situation, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's got the experience of it, isn't he?
He really does.
And the other team that's been dragged into that is Everton, who got absolutely thumped 5-0 last night. Had a good game against City, actually. They played
well.
us for most of the game. We're very unlucky not to get a penalty as well, due to the rule changes, I might add.
Was that the hand one?
Yeah. But, you know, Everton used to be this team that was very experienced down there, because they had a habit of finishing 17th in the league. I think 97-98 was one of their famous escapes, where they drew on the last day and still managed to survive. Was it David Unsworth penalty one year as well that got them to survive? But you know, since then I mean, they had the years under Moyes where they're up flying high, but then they've been kind of mid-table, so they're not used to a relegation battle anymore. And it's a big worry. It's a big worry because those players, I think they've got a decent squad, Everton, but those players don't seem to want to play very hard, shall we say, which you need in a relegation battle.
You know, it's funny you should say that, because when they brought in Lampard, right, they sacked Rafa Benitez, and obviously they brought in Frank Lampard, and I thought that was a bad move. They should have left Duncan Ferguson in charge of Everton.
Yeah.
Because he's a kicker. And his mentality is tough.
Yeah, I think we would have done what's necessary rather than what Lampard wants to do, which is try and build a team in his image, basically. Yeah.
At the wrong time.
Yeah.
He's trying to create something new, whereas at the minute, all they need to do is get stuck in, all hands to the pump, and get out of this mess, you know. So I think that was a bit of a bad decision by Everton, personally.
And talking of sacked managers, obviously Bielsa's gone from Leeds. They brought in a guy with very little managerial experience.
Well, he's
certainly in top leagues anyway, shall we say?
Yeah, I mean, basically, his first coaching job actually was he was assistant coach to the USA national team. And then he went on to coach DC United. Oh, he played for DC United, Chicago Fire. And he also played for another team in the MLS. He did manage Salzburg.
Yeah. Austrian League. Yeah.
Austrian League. He managed New York Red Bull.
Yeah. He's gone through the Red Bulls, basically, hasn't he?
He's going through Red Bulls.
Yeah.
And obviously Leipzig.
Yeah. Another Red Bull. Yeah.
Another Red Bull in Germany. I think Leeds fans are a bit bewildered about that.
Didn't he get sacked after 3 months as well
at Leipzig?
Yeah. So,
yeah.
I mean, Bielsa, you know, he probably had to go because of the run results, and they needed to change something. It's just, I'm not sure they've made exactly the right appointment to. But as you say, he's kind of setting them up a little bit more defensively. Maybe to try and get those extra point here that they weren't getting under Bielsa, maybe because of the attacking style.
I think Bielsa was just full out run forward.
It was do or die, wasn't it?
Do or die, yeah. It was gung ho, proper gung ho, like, you know. Yeah. I think Marsh has got a little bit more defensive tactics in him, but saying that, he is also quite route one as a manager.
Yeah.
He's still quite
that's quite old
on the charge.
Old style tactics, basically.
Yeah. I found it quite funny actually when Leeds played Leicester at the weekend. They lost that 1-0, but all the Leicester fans, every time Leeds got the ball, they were shouting touchdown.
Right.
Touchdown.
Because he's doing the quarterback passes.
Yeah, because
out of defence.
Well, he's so American as well when you listen to him. You know what I mean? He's really American.
Yeah. I mean, it's strange having an American manager in the Premier League because it's you know, we don't not to be disrespectful to American football, but, American soccer, should I say?
Soccer.
But it's
he doesn't say soccer, you know.
No, he
says football.
I think he's probably had some lessons on that to make sure he doesn't, because he'd be lambasted if he said soccer in an interview on the Premier League.
Definitely.
But I think it's unusual to have an American coach coming in to manage a team. Maybe to come in to coach, but to actually take the reins of full management, because obviously these are big clubs. I mean, Leeds are a historic big club. It's strange to see, but you know, I wish him good luck, but. I mean, if we're looking at the ones we've got written down, we've got keeper wrote them down actually, but I'm just looking over his shoulder.
Write.
I'm cheating on my homework here. Yeah, you know, we got the 6 down there. We have actually eliminated Newcastle from this, or keeper has anyway.
Well,
out of those 6 that we've got there at the moment, I know Newcastle have got a few tough games coming up, so we never know. We never know.
I'm not going to Jonah it, right?
Yeah.
Because for all, Newcastle have done really well. 8 games unbeaten. We're kind of 7 points out of that situation at the minute. We have got some hard games coming, and you know, we're not out of it yet. 7 points is not a lot, to be fair.
It's not. I just say teams can get their act together at this stage of the season.
Yeah.
It is the pointy end. Teams. It's weird, a relegation battle, because teams that don't win all season basically end up winning, like, you know, 3 or 4 games on a run. You know,
on a bounce, yeah.
It's always like that.
Quite a lot of these teams have got to still play each other.
Yeah.
So, you know, things could change massively.
Well, I know. It's Newcastle have got obviously they've got Tottenham away, they've got City away, Liverpool at home.
We've got
Arsenal.
We've got
at
Chelsea
home,
away as well.
Chelsea away. So that's out of 12 games though. So there's still 7 other games outside of those 5, which I would say are pretty tough fixtures.
Yeah.
But yeah, out of the other 6, considering Newcastle are in there as well.
Right.
You can quickly write it down if you want, if you don't want to Jonah it. Out of those 6, which 3 do you think?
Are going down?
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm sorry to say it, but sorry Canaries, but I think Norwich City are gone.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement with you.
I
That's
think they're gone. I think they're gone.
Yeah.
They might put up a brave fight to the rest of the season, but I just can't see them getting out of that. I think Watford also. I think they're gone. Now, I think Burnley are going to get out of it. And you know, Everton fans, Leeds fans, you're not going to like me for this, but I think it's going to be one of those 2.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm in agreement with you with Watford.
Right.
And at Leeds and Everton, I'd say Leeds.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. I just think Everton have maybe just got enough to turn the corner about. Leeds, I'm really struggling. They've had that slump, and I just don't see any turnaround there. I just don't see any turnaround for them at the moment. I think it's between Leeds and Brentford, actually. I think Everton will get out there.
They'll pull away.
Yeah.
I mean, Leeds, to talk about Leeds again, quickly, I mean, obviously, Leeds have conceded an enormous amount of goals lately. And that's obviously why Bielsa, in the end, kind of had to go, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, they weren't getting the goals at the other end because Bamford's been injured both season. You know, they've had a lot of injuries.
They've
this
been
season.
plagued with injuries.
I mean, it's not because they're a poor team. It's because they've been plagued by injuries a lot as well.
Hey, I'll tell you what, honestly, right? Last season, I mean, we were all in quarantine and all that, watching the football. And do you know what it is? I was watching Leeds, and I was thinking, why can't my team play like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The attacking football they played.
It's exciting to watch. Brilliant to watch.
I actually said a few times, why can't Newcastle United play like that? That would be wonderful.
At least they're having a go. Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, old habits die hard. Like, I mean, Kevin Keegan football. You know what I mean? So basically, we both agreed on Norwich, Watford. And you're saying between Leeds and Brentford.
Leeds and Brentford. So yeah, we're going to be able to edge our bets on that one. I think it's between Leeds and Brentford.
Right.
I just feel, I mean, I don't know why, because there's no reason why I should think Everton are going to get out of it. But I just, you know, they've never been out of the Premier League.
Well, that's true.
And you know, they're one of the few clubs that haven't, been out of the Premier League. And I didn't foresee it at the start of the year, so I'm going to stick behind what I thought at the start of the year, which was not. I actually thought Newcastle was going to go down at the start of the year. Obviously not now. But I'm going to stick. I didn't see any Everton anywhere near there.
No, me neither.
I'm going to stick with that. I don't think they're going to go down.